Yes, everybody, what is going on? It's your boy AJ Moreno. Listen, we're back in the hotbox today, aka the studio, and we're doing something mad, right? I'm going to show you and walk you through my edit of Tinashe's Nasty, which got mad love this season in Ibiza, in America. It just went off. Like, check the clips. Shout outs to all the DJs who supported my tune Nasty, and also it ended up getting so much heat that a record label called Delicious Records, shout outs to Delicious Records, they're fire, based in Brazil, they asked me if they could sign it as a free release, which I said, yeah, let's go. So they did sign it and they released it officially as an unofficial release. That's where edits come into the picture. As DJs, you want to make your DJ set different from every other DJ that's out there spinning, and one way of doing that is edits. Now, edits are basically where you take a tune and you edit that tune. Do you know what I'm saying? You take an element of the record, you sample it, whether it's the bass line, some synths, some melodics, some vocals, anything where you're using another part of someone else's song and you're reworking it, you're editing it. That is an edit, basically. It's not a remix, it's an edit. And most of the time, edits can't get released because you're using material from another record, basically, that you don't have permission to use. Yeah, anyway, without further ado, this one's for all my producer gang who want to know how I did that song. A few of you have been asking me on Instagram and a few people have asked me on YouTube as well. So here it is. Without further ado, I'm going to show you exactly how I made the Tinashe Nasty AJ Moreno edit. Let's go. All right, we just jumped straight into Ableton. So what I'm going to do is walk you through the drops section by section. I'm not going to recreate it, obviously, like, because it's already there on the page, but I'm just going to show you exactly what each section is. So firstly, we've got a kick. Yeah, and this is my own kick. You can have a look at the process in there. There's not much going on. There's just a filter. Both filters are off, actually. It's a kick that I've used on several tracks, and I have reworked the kick and I've saved the kick like that. So sometimes you'll see on my channels there are processing that are muted, and that's why, because they already have that processing on it. Anyway, this is the kick. This is the kick pattern. I like those stutter kicks. Dum, da, 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 da. Do you know what I mean? I like to add, that adds something. When you add like a stutter kick, it just gives it more groove, more bounce. That's what I like. And then obviously after that, I added the, I think I started with bass line, to be honest. I usually do that, kick and bass line, because if you can get those two elements working together nicely, the rest is kind of simple, right? So this is what I did. I think it's just a simple 808, which it is here, as you can see there. It's just 808. Actually, you can't see it, but it's fine. It's literally just an 808 from, it's an Ableton sampler, simpler with an 808 bass note on it. And I've obviously put it as a sample so I can just play it in. Anyway, I played it in. Here's the MIDI. Very simple. Simple, but effective. So now with the kick. It's just got a little side chain kick on it as well to duck when the kick hits it. Standard stuff, really. Then I added some drums. All right, I'll go through the drums one by one. So we got this. Oh, that was everything. With the drums, this is how I make drums. I throw in a loop, usually. I use a loop. I extend the loop out and I play the loop and I just cut which piece that I want from the loop. So originally that was a longer loop, but I ended up cutting just these two hits out of it and then this one and made it into this, basically. That is literally what I did. And then I added another piece on top. Again, these are all samples from sample packs. As you can see, that one's Phantom, Magnetic Loop, whatever, 15. But I ended up cutting little pieces out. And that's one thing that I always do and I encourage other producers to do. Get a sample, but chop it up and make it yours. Do you know what I mean? Because now, if you went to that pack and had a look at that exact loop, loop 15 or whatever it is, it will not sound like this. It will have those elements in it, but it'll have loads of other elements in it as well. And that's, you know, that's when you're making music and you'll start hearing your loops in other records. Make it your own. Make it your own. There's nothing wrong with taking and using sample packs and all of that and loops, but make it your own. Just, you know. Then I added a clap. Then a second clap. And one's panned a little bit to the left, one's panned a little bit to the right. And then we've got this, a little conga sound. Right, then we've got another little conga sound now. I love that sort of glitchy sound. And then we added this. And then we added this and this at the end. Just a little snare roll sort of fill. Just to add that, just to show the end of the phrase basically. And then we added a hit, obviously. A short little attacky hit. Hat, sorry. And then we added an open hat on top of that. Again, pan 5 to the left, pan 5 to the right. Just to spread the sound out a bit. Now with the bass line, with the kick. Now with the bass line. Very simple, guys. I didn't go crazy with this one. So right, that's the bass line, that's the drums. I've added this here, which is like little white noise stabs. Check it. Oh, wrong one. My bad. Right here. There you go. Just little white noise stabs wherever you want. They just emphasize little parts of the record. They sound cool. I always use them. I love them. What else have we used here? Any other bits and pieces? Of course, we added some vocal. I literally found a studio a cappella of Tinashe Nasty. I found that and used loops and sections wherever I wanted to use them. Also, the original BPM, I don't know what it is, I can't remember, but to extend the BPM or to change the BPM, I find that the best plugin you can ever use is iZotope RX7. It is great. You literally plonk anything in, you put the original BPM in and then what you want it to be, and it literally does it seamless every single time. It is the best. Shout outs to iZotope and RX7. That is a sick plugin. So check it. This is with the vocal. Very clean studio a cappella. Obviously, with edits, you try and get the closest thing to a studio a cappella. It don't always work out like that, but in this case, I was able to find a studio a cappella, and that's what I used. Check this. Another thing I did was in the original song, there's like a sustained note that goes doo, 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 doo. I basically recreated that just off of a plugin. I can't remember what plugin I used. Probably Serum or maybe Arturia actually, because they have a lot of those vintage sounding synthesizers. So yeah, check it on its own. And then I threw a kickstart on it just to make it duck, you know, to make it sound sidechain. So with that, the drums, the bass, the kick and the vocal, it sounds like this. I think that's all the elements to the song. There's not masses of elements. And then obviously here, where the synth comes in, it goes whoop. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my nasty freak? And that was just to give the drops a little variation. But yeah, that's it really. There's not masses left. Oh yeah, we got the little donks. I call them donks. I don't know what you call them, but yeah, these are a Serum plugin that they're a Serum patch that I had in one of my packs, and I slightly altered it to make it sound like this. And then again. So all together. Just to fill in those little gaps. just little accents help make a song more exciting. That's it, really. And then effects, very simple effects. We got a big white noise fall on the drop here. There. And then a small uplifter coming up here. Freak. That's it, basically. I don't think there's any other elements. Oh, yeah, a bit later on, actually, there's like a, before the drop here,
Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match
there's
my
like a little
freak?
rewind sound
Somebody
here,
gonna match my freak?
like a vinyl rewind. Little things like that really help a track sound cool. Do you know what I'm saying? We got this one here.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
That was just like a bed squeaking song from like Jersey house music, because it was giving me Jersey house, Jersey club, whatever it's called, Jersey club house, whatever it's called. It was giving me those vibes, you know what I'm saying? So when I started doing the remix, I was looking for sounds that were, you know, typical sounds used in that sort of music. So but yeah, I think I also put a drum loop in, just a sample. I think I cut the loop a bit and then looped it up myself. Yeah, and slowed it down a lot. It was like 153 and then I made it 132. And that sounds sick in the club on a big system, trust me, it goes off. Up in the nasty girl, hey, up in the nasty girl. Cut to nothing.
Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Yeah, man. Then I added a ride there. As you can hear, the ride comes in on the last drop. Just to make the drop sound a bit different from the previous drops, I added the ride. But yeah, that's basically how I made the tune. The arrangement, as for arrangement, it's quite simple, really. I did, let's have a look. I did 8 bars of intro, which was just the kick drum, some of the drums, and the hi-hat that's nice and quiet and nice and sharp, shall I say, nice and short. Yeah, this one. Then after 8 bars, the next 8 bars, added a little bit more percussion to keep the movement getting more exciting, if you get what I'm saying. And then the next 8 bars, I brought in just the bass line and another drum element. And then the next 8 bars after that, add this in, which is like a sort of shaker hat loop that I chopped up again and resampled. So this is how all my metallic percussion sounds. And with everything, when you add those little fast shakery sort of hat loops underneath your main drums, it just drives the tune, honestly. It just gives it mad energy. And what I did as well, sorry, I've muted the vocal, is add the vocal here. And what I did was... I think I just put a low, like a filter on it, a low pass filter, so it gradually comes in. Simple stuff, guys, simple but effective, you know? And I've got a delay here, right here. Obviously on the break, I cut out a lot of the drums in the arrangement. I took out more of the hi-hat stuff, and I EQ'd a low cut filter on the drum, on the bass line and the kick. Standard stuff, you know. And then after, and then the next 8 bars is the build. I label it all up the top, as you can see, you know, like drop 1, drop 1.2, break, build, drop 2, drop 2.2, 2.3, break, build, etc. I just left vocal, obviously a snare roll and some effects coming in, and then nothing. And I'm glad I did nothing, because when I play this in the club and you just hear, is somebody gonna match my freak, everyone goes mad. Like it goes off proper.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
And then obviously on the first drop, everything's in. All the, well, not everything, but most of the drums are in, apart from the little shaker loop. And then on the drop 2.2, to make it different, I added the sustained synth sound, and obviously the vocal as well. And then just the stabs of that sustained synth, and then basically another section with the offbeat donks. And then again, low cut on the kick and bass. Take out some of the drums, so that basically with all your songs you want to give everybody a journey, right? You want to go from low energy to high energy in the drops, then you want to drop down, you know, and give less energy, and then slowly build up to the big crescendo again, and then hit them in the face, punch their face out with the flipping drops. Do you know what I'm saying? So check it. Listen, it's getting exciting, then nothing.
Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak?
And then hit them with everything, and it just goes off.
Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my nasty freak? Is somebody gonna match?
And I think the arrangement is very similar to the drop 2 and 2.2. And then yeah, that's it. And then I did a section after that to make it different again, of just kick and bass and vocal, and the synths, basically all the drums out.
Is somebody gonna match my nasty? I got stamina, they say I'm an athlete. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Be somebody with a good technique. Is somebody gonna match my nasty? Killer talking got my throat raspy.
And then a big break. And then the Jersey club stuff. Then the claps.
Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Then you give them everything right now. Right, and that's basically the track, guys. There's nothing really more to say. It drops, there's 3 drops, and then the outro starts, and everything starts being removed out the track and giving the DJ a nice outro. A little tip here, I'm going to show you it. It's called Punch or Panch. If you guys are on Tech House Market streams and you watch my streams, you'll know about this plugin. I'm not fully sure if you can see it, but it's called Panch, and it's a very cool plugin. It literally does what it's supposed to do. And obviously, if you guys want to get some Tech House Market sample packs, they are fantastic. And I'm not just saying it. The reason I work with Tech House Market, it started with me buying their packs and just loving their packs. And I ended up reaching out to John, and I was like, bro, I'm a big fan of the packs. Thank you for making such dope packs. Like, I used their packs in 2 of my Nervous releases. More on that coming soon to 2025. But yeah, and I think I used some of their packs on my tune Foncola, which was released on West End's label Trace Amounts, and got into the Beatport top 100 as well. So I think it was top 50 in the end, so it's pretty sick. So shouts to you guys for helping me get that up in the charts. Big up to everyone who bought the tune and supported. Love. But yeah, if you do want that, there'll be a code in the description below. Feel free to use that code and you'll get a nice cheeky discount. And yeah, really worth getting it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to cut it off there because I ain't really got much else to say on this tune, except for, yeah, it banged. And it did its thing, and it ended up getting signed as a free download on Delicious Records. Again, I'll put a link in the description below where you can download it for free. And trust me, it will tear up your sets. Just ask people like Razor, Cyrita, loads of people that have supported the tune. There's tons, but yeah, anyways, I hope you guys are all good. This is just the first of many. I'll be doing some like more in-depth tutorials and stuff like that coming up in the brand new year, 2025. Boy, it's going off. But anyways, for now, that's all I've got. So yeah, we'll catch up with you guys on the next one. Yeah, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. Yeah, we out. Peace.